Hey y'all, it's Lindsay. I am going to share with you what I eat in a day today. I follow a Ketovore-ish way of eating. That means to me a high protein, low carb, moderate-ish fat way of eating. And I'm already on my second cup of coffee here. Black coffee, nothing in it. Did not film that this morning, was not in a mental state to grab the camera at that time. I have not eaten anything yet. The past several days, I have struggled to get breakfast in around a breakfasty time. It's only about 9 o'clock right now. We have already jump-started our lesson work for today. I need to do a few little chore things around the house. We are swimming today, which is why I come to you fresh-faced. The weather is kind of wonky out there. It's pretty gray and overcast, and I think it's supposed to rain this afternoon, so I'm already starting to feel some of the allergens going. There are a few trees in our neighborhood that really give off a lot of pollen, so my itchy ears are just going strong today. My throat is going strong, and then the weather changes also tend to cause the allergens to really impact me. I do want to get some protein in before we go swim. I'm not starving right now, but I do want to put something in my stomach. I have not made protein milk in quite some time as a breakfast. I usually put that at the end of my day as kind of like a warm, comforting drink. But since I'm not starving, I think I might go ahead and make protein milk as my breakfast. I have all my ingredients and my equipment here. It's an immersion blender kind of recipe for me. I have this beaker here that works beautifully with the size of my immersion blender. I can't find this on Amazon anymore. Every time that I link this, it says currently unavailable, and that is irritating. There are a variety of these on the Amazon, but I can't seem to find one just like this. So I'll link some alternatives, I guess, in my my storefront down there in my Amazon storefront link. But unfortunately, you cannot get this exact one. Much apologies there. I wish I could get them still, because I would buy a second one as a backup, because sometimes I like to make something in this beaker and then store it in the refrigerator, since it has a lid. And then I want to be able to use it again, and it's, you know, in use. So anyway, here we go. That need to plug in my immersion blender. This was one of my 3 favorite small kitchen appliances. Absolutely necessary. If this burns out, I immediately buy a second one. There have been times in my life where I've had a backup one on hand just in case. So there's that, all the weirdness. I'm going to be using coconut milk today. And the nice thing here is that it is marked with ounces and milliliters. Here we go. 8 ounces of coconut milk. I've got my IsoPure Whey Protein Isolate. Even though I am attempting to be dairy-free right now, I still allow for the whey protein. I need my scale. And I'm looking for 29 grams as a serving. There's 28, which is close enough for horseshoes. Next up, I do have the Keto Chow Electrolyte Drops. I have found these to be quite nice. I don't care for the Keto Chow packets or their protein mixes that have the sucralose. It's just not my jam, so I don't use that. But their electrolyte drops, I do like these, and I really want to just try their keto base that doesn't have any sweetener in it, and play around with that. But it is expensive, so I don't really go all out when it comes to the Keto Chow. My husband does really like their snickerdoodle flavor for ice cream in the Ninja Creamy, which you can't see back here in this corner. This I just kind of do about 2 squeezes. I've got some vanilla. You always measure vanilla with your heart. That's probably half a teaspoon. I have some better stevia. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those were more drips than drops, so it was a little bit more than 8 drops. It was probably closer to about 12 drops, but the drips kind of get a little unwieldy, so I don't want to over drop. Okay, and then I'm going to use my Olive Nation chocolate extract. Love this stuff. I'm going to use my lid here and pour 1 capful into my beaker. And I also have acacia fiber. This is good for the mouthfeel. It really adds like a nice creamy texture to this, as well as kind of thickening it up a little bit. So over here, I am going to measure. I'm going to only do probably about 2 grams if I can get it. Oh, fantastic. 2 grams. All right, 30, 45 seconds, give or take, and we have protein milk. Thumbs up, dude. We have got pool hair, don't care. Oi, need a shower. I need some electrolytes. I need to make those. Redmond Relight, mixed berry. I personally like to dilute this in hot water first because I find that it dissolves very quickly. Not dilute. I like to dissolve. Words matter. I like to dissolve my scoop of Redmond in hot water so that it will dissolve well and quickly. And I also have mentioned several times in the past, I don't care for like ice cold water. Now, my protein milk this morning, I do love that to be cold. And my brain is a little bit fuzzy. Forgive me. Okay, I'm gonna add cold water to this. And finally, my iodine drops. Okay, I'm doing 16 drops in this glass of water. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I do count my drops. Were you impressed with my counting skills? Anyway, I always count my drops. I don't just like say, a dropper full is about this much. And 16 drops is approximately 40 milligrams. I can't remember the measurement off the top of my head. This is just the 2% Lugol's. I do have 20% waiting in the wings when I finish this bottle. It's taken me a long time. I feel like I got off my routine and rhythm of having it at least 2 to 3 times per day, but we now have this. So I'm gonna have an electrolyte situation happen, replen post swim, and I'm starving. Don't know if you're like that after you swim. You just feel like super hungry. And I'm trying to sort out what we want for lunch. I'm sure the girls will want some kind of a chicken. We do have chicken for chicken salad. That could be good. We're gonna think on it. The hair is not getting better. I just need to go get a shower ultimately, but I'm starving. I popped 100 grams, 100 ounces. Could you imagine? 100 grams of cooked chicken. I did a whole chicken in my air fryer last night for dinner. We all ate like the good parts, you know, like the thighs and the drumsticks and the wings, you know, the good parts. And then we were left with the breast. But the chicken breasts make great chicken salad. That is 100 grams. It's very sad. But I'm going to take some of my homemade mayonnaise. I have busted so many of the lids on these OXO brand squeezy bottles. It's not even funny. And whenever I make my mayonnaise, I basically go through and just use like plastic to seal on in there, since obviously you want it sealed. And then whenever we finish one squeezy tube, I wash the lid, pop it onto the next one, and then wash that other bottle. So it's a fun time. It's a fun time. I'm gonna get, I don't know, how much do we want here? That right there is about a tablespoon. There's about 2 tablespoons. We need a fork. Have fork, will mix. I know you can't see what I'm doing here. Mixing, just mixing. I don't remember how many grams of protein are in 100 grams of chicken. Hold please. I looked it up. It's a little over 30. A wee bit over 30. But you may have already searched that and knew that before me. Congratulations if you did. And if you didn't, you're welcome. Okay, I am going to have this. We do have some leftover cauli rice and some roasted Brussels sprouts in the fridge. I'm not a zero veggie or ketovore. I just tend to eat fewer vegetables in general. Ooh, I'm just thinking through the fact that once I have this, this will only put me at roughly what, like 55, 56 grams of protein today. Insufficient. Let's add some more chicken. We're just gonna double it. All right, approximately 65 grams-ish of protein right here. We had 25 grams of protein in my protein milk this morning. 80 grams for the midpoint of the day sounds way better than just a paltry 55. All right, officially lunch is this. Chicken salad made with some of that chicken breast that I air fried last night and my homemade mayonnaise. I did decide I wanted some spice, so I added some sriracha. And then I have a serving of some cauli rice right here and the last few Brussels sprouts. I find that those don't really cause me any kind of problems. Therefore, I eat them with, you know, reservation. And then I'm still working on my electrolytes. I love the fact that it is so clear in there and that there are no artificial colors. Okay, I'm gonna go eat all of this and then get myself cleaned up, and hopefully the next time you see me, it will not be pool hair, don't care situation. Afternoon, ready for a decaf cup of coffee, and we shall make it so. Hello again. It is 3 o'clock. And I haven't really thought about dinner yet, so that should probably become a thing. I enjoyed that cup of coffee and have just been watching a little bit of YouTube, putzing around the kitchen, putzing around the house, putting things away where they belong, and the idea of dinner kind of like lightning bolt flashed in my brain. So I thought I should probably sort that out. However, I've got no clue. No clue on what I should make. That should probably come to an end quickly. And we had that whole chicken last night, hence the chicken leftovers today. Gosh, I don't know. I do have a lot of ground beef, but I don't really know what I want to make with that we haven't had a lot of recently. Recently, I've made a lot of my my meatballs that are basically ketovore, and actually I think technically they're carnivore, since I haven't been adding any kind of like a baking blend to it. They're more along the lines of my carnivore meatballs, but I didn't have any liver to put into them. Regardless, I've recently made a lot of that. We've had burgers recently. We've had cheeseburger pie recently. I don't want anything spaghetti sauce-esque. I don't want anything stroganoff-esque. I know it. I haven't made my sloppy joes in a really long time. We're gonna make sloppy joes. All right, we have the sloppy joes simmering away. I'm gonna be making some of my cheese rolls that I used to make along with this. I will try to link my recipe video in the iCards, wherever those happen to be. I will be making the cheese rolls half with cheese, half without cheese. So before I add the cheese, I will remove some batter to create rolls for myself. And while I was going down this memory lane of sloppy joe, I decided I was going to also, oh, my oven is ready. I was also going to go back down, oh, why are we so fuzzy? Memory lane and make my old Keto-Aid. I used to make this all the time. So it's basically apple cider vinegar, lime juice, some Redmond real salt, and 2 drops of stevia and water. This will be my 3rd tumbler full of liquid. So I had that first electrolytes from Redmond, and then I had plain water, and now I'm gonna have some Keto-Aid. Hey, dinner was delicious. I have not had sloppy joes in a long time, have not made them in forever, and everybody loved it. My husband said, wow, this time it's like really good. And I'm thinking it's probably really good because we haven't had it in a really long time. And so I enjoyed 2 sloppy joes with the cheesy egg bread minus the cheese. So it's like egg bread, but it's not what we are now familiar with as egg bread. It's fine. And then that little bit of broccoli. It was very filling, and I'm just gonna let my stomach settle. So I got to thinking as I was putting together dinner tonight and making up my keto aid to drink. Like, there are so many things that I have tried over the years, over the past 6+ years here. I obviously have not recorded and put all those things on my channel for the past 6 years, since my channel's what, like 4 years old? It'll be 5 years this summer. But just like all of those little things that I used to make all the time, it's like it gets into a rotation for a really long time, and then it sort of falls out of favor because something new and different comes up. And I don't know, it's kind of nice to go back and revisit those old favorites. So I will let you know if I have any more food or something else to drink. Can you hear it? The creamy is super loud right now. I'm not going to have any of the creamy base that's in there right now. My husband is going to finish off a little, like the last little bit of some, and I'm going to have coffee, and I'm going to have some of my crackle. I make like this chocolate crackle bar, more or less. It's just, all of my words have left me. Cocoa butter, cocoa powder, a little bit of stevia and monk fruit mixed together. Ooh, it's getting louder. And a little bit of salt, some of the protein puffs in order to get that crunch sort of factor to it. And did I say a little bit of salt? I think I may have. Anyway, I'm going to have those for my evening snack tonight. And I think that's where we're going to call it a day. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you in my next video.